I think I think we're live. I think we're live on YouTube. Hello, everyone. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Oh, good morning.
Welcome to Courses for Spirit.
Yeah.
I'm Dr. Jeremy.
I mean, we.
I'm on YouTube.
Mm,
Hello, everyone.
mm.
Hello, good morning. Welcome to Courses for Spirit. I'm Dr.
Right, there we go. So we say everyone, but actually, it's probably just one person that we're talking to. There's lots of one persons.
Lots of one persons, yeah. Everyone's, yeah, yeah.
I've changed
So,
location. I'm in the kitchen.
yeah, I know.
We've got
It looks like a jungle now. Those plants have gotten big.
they're huge. The problem is, some of them have reached the ceiling, and I don't really like, especially the yucca one there. I don't really like cutting it back.
Yeah.
And the
Oh,
fig,
no.
the fiddle fig tree is just it's huge. Yeah, I don't like. I don't. I know maybe the gardeners, any gardeners watching. I don't know. Maybe pruning something there. I don't. I always feel a bit nervous about pruning, cutting things back.
Yeah, there's some ways to do it,
Mm.
depending on the plant.
How are you,
Yeah.
Jeremy?
I'm well, thank you.
What have you
Yeah.
been? What have you been doing?
I've been enjoying the nature here. It's things have been getting sunny,
Mm.
so just like today is a nice bright sunny day, and I've been going for walks and on the beach and on river shores. So it's been lovely.
Very nice. Very
Yeah,
nice. Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
not too cold.
But are you back on the island now?
Yeah, I'm on Vancouver Island now.
How
Yeah,
far is it to the sea from you?
um, less than 10 minutes.
Oh wow, that's pretty cool. I'd
Yeah,
love that. I'd love. I was born by the sea. I
you are.
miss.
Yeah,
I've never lived. I've never lived by the sea since I was a kid. Now I
no.
kind of. Does it not change? It changes your state, doesn't it, to be by the ocean? And is it
Yeah,
about?
by being any body water of water can change our state.
Mm,
If we're by a river, it's a river is different than ocean or a lake.
yeah, people. Because sometimes, I mean, I guess some maybe some people who are watching, they'll have like little fountains in their houses as well. They're kind of I've done the sound of running water. We don't have it here. 'Cause I never actually found one that I really like the look of. Uh, and then you get really busy, and have setting up an indoor fountain sort of slips down the priority list.
Yeah, then you have to keep putting water in it.
Well, oh, who's this? Okay, we've had a guest joining us who I think probably wants to stay anonymous, so we won't say who it is. Yeah.
Yeah, so fountains. I think running water is considered to be magical as well. It releases negative ions as well, like the churning of the sea, the movement of river water over rocks.
Yeah. I just find it really calming to be around water and centering in a way as well. I find my mind is kind of naturally stiller around water. Maybe even in a storm as well. I used to go swimming in storms when I was a kid. I used to love that.
Yeah, you'd swim in a storm.
Yeah, you just feel really alive. And then it's kind of when we were kids, because it was a little bit dangerous as well. In fact, it was very dangerous. I'm sure my parents would have been horrified. I think I might have mentioned it on another one of our chats. But there's something about testing yourself when you're a kid, isn't there? Which is just being. I don't know. I think my maybe there was more of a natural kind of instinctive connection to nature as a kid. which sort of
Yeah,
started to tail off a little bit as I became a teenager and I got more interested in things like, clubs and girls and kind of like entertainment and all that kind of stuff.
yeah,
And then that's come in much more strongly now that I'm in the later stages of my life, where I'm beginning to realize that relationship with nature is so important. I think I used to feel that I was somehow separate from it, and that it was kind of out there and nothing to do with me in a way, just like almost like an inconsequential thing. While, you know, I guess I don't know if you can relate to this. There's like a time when I was in the world and I was just like chasing, felt like I was trying to chase, I don't know, just chase things, like status, kind of possessions, kind of, thrill seeking, all that kind of stuff.
yeah,
Um, I think certainly that's a phase I went through. I don't know. I don't know how that is for everybody else.
yeah. I went through a phase of that as well. Yeah, chasing. That sounds like a fair way to explain it. Chasing the nothingness.
Yeah, like you're always running after something, and
Yeah,
then and that's like kind of an inward sort of attitude to things. Because on the outside, it probably looks very similar. Because I'm still quite active now. I'm sort of creating things and building things and involved with different projects and different groups. But I think what's changed for me over the years is I don't feel like I'm trying to get somewhere to something. It's just feels like it's all kind of happening now, and it's interesting and it's fun, and sometimes it's hard, sometimes it's difficult, sometimes it's a bit, bless you, sometimes it's a little bit, like, well, it's challenging, isn't it? Things are challenging.
yeah, they can be. Yeah, so you find that you're not running, not chasing as much anymore.
Um, Emotionally, it doesn't feel like that so much.
Yeah,
Whereas before it probably did. In fact, there's a whole literature, isn't there? There's a whole subculture around getting somewhere and being someone and making something of yourself. I think that's very much maybe what we might call the old paradigm, or the paradigm that was dominant and still is fairly dominant. But I think more people are starting to come out of it a bit. Got a message here
yeah,
from Kay's in the chat room saying there's a reason for now. Look, I don't know, Kay. Could you expand on that? Don't know what. Sorry, Jeremy. I'm doing a lot of talking. Where are you at today?
yeah. I think visualization, well, movement of water makes a difference, and there's the reason for now. I think there is a reason for now. A lot of people come into play right now. Certain alignments for a lot of people that come into play right now.
Hmm.
Yeah, there's a lot of alignments happening with people speaking their truth, people that are gaining confidence to say what they need to.
Hmm. Making new connections. Kay says in
Yeah,
the chats. Yeah. No, I think
yeah,
it's true, isn't it? Because I mean, that's something that's been very current for me this week. Is the way that people's voices are silenced, who gets to speak, who gets heard, who doesn't, who gets discounted just because of their background or their gender or their class, their social status or their kind of financial status or their age, and the to be a little bit, it's almost a little bit corny in a way, but it's not actually corny. The universe, one song, that means we live in a universe, one verse song, one song, which includes all the voices. So like I think everybody's voice needs to be heard. And if we don't
Yeah,
hear it, if we don't hear everybody's thought, that what you're saying is that people who were quiet and felt that they didn't really have a platform, or they couldn't really speak, or they didn't, maybe didn't even have the right to, or the confidence to speak, or speaking up a little bit more, thinking, talking about what they believe in, what's true for them.
yeah,
Why is it happening now? I mean, Kay, you're saying these alignments. Is it just a matter of, it could be a variety of things, I suppose, couldn't it? The extreme things that we're all aware of, we're much more aware of nowadays, or is it a timing thing? Is there a cosmic time frame to it? There's a number of reasons, Kay's saying in the chat.
yeah. With some people, they're evolving. Some people, it's star systems. Some people, it's the where the sun and the moon are, or the planets, how they're arranged. Yeah, new programming. That's true. Yeah, we're deciding our own programming as well,
Mm.
which is interesting. If we learn that we have the power to program ourselves, then what would we do?
Well, I wonder if everybody if everybody listening would know what you're talking about by that. Do you want to? I mean, I think I get it. It's like, the way that your neurological circuits have been connected up, and the kind of
Yeah,
the kind of um, assumptions that we work from, the lenses that we look at the world through.
yeah. And then when we adjust those lenses, then we adjust what our experience is like. Just like if we focus on a microscope, if we look at our life in the microscope, and we basically look at our life on a small micro level, we can look at it that way and notice things that are quite fascinating. And then we can also zoom out, and we can zoom really far out of our life, where we're just this speck of dust in the universe, which is another perspective. And so by changing our perspective, by being able to switch our perspective, then we have a different experience of what our life is like. And we have a different experience on what power would be.
Ah, okay. The 10 times up and the 10 times down exercise.
Yeah.
Case. No, I've never heard of that before. Yeah.
And so that's where visualization can be a really useful tool. Visualization can be a tool that allows us to be able to have perspective, and we can change how the world influences us through that, and how we influence the world as well.
What would be an example? An example.
Um, if let's say when somebody, the little train that could, it's it tried to get up a hill and it couldn't get up a hill, and it tried to get up a hill and it couldn't get up a hill, and then it said to itself, "I think I can, I think I can, I think I can, I think I can," and eventually it got up the hill.
Hmm.
And so that's where, just like running the 1 minute mile, where um, basically we're breaking records all the time now, because we see somebody who does that, or with high jump, they're jumping 4 meters, and uh, you know, all of a sudden somebody breaks 4 meters, and then all of a sudden other people start breaking 4 meters.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. So when that's the whole thing about, well, it kind of sort of fits with that whole saying about be the change you want to see in the world, because then
Yeah,
that puts another dimension into it in a way, because that means that if we, as each one of us, is more kind of maybe courageous about speaking up and talking about what's true for us and acting in that way and connecting, it gives other people, maybe might encourage other people to do the same.
yeah, yeah. Be the change that you want to see.
Which is it's the only thing you can really do, isn't it? Because you can't, it's very disempowering to sort of go, this should happen. And actually, it's like, well, I can do this. I can be maybe a little bit kinder to myself. I can be a bit kinder to other people. I could be more aware of my own reactivity, things like that.
Yeah,
Um, it's like personal development stuff, but personal development can be, maybe this is going to sound a little bit controversial, but personal development can be a little bit toxic sometimes, depending on how you're approaching it. So actually, you could be trying to be sort of perfect yourself or be something or get somewhere or, all of that kind of stuff. Like never feeling quite like you're getting there. There's a strand of personal development like that. I think that's right. And then there's other ways, which is that idea of just like going, well, okay, so I'm going to be a little bit kinder to myself, or I'm going to be a little bit kinder to other people. I'm not going to beat myself up about it. You know, I'm just going to, I'm going to imagine what a more connected, more kind of a calmer, more peaceful world would look like by being it, by being like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Okay, saying, are you looking inward to project an image and be a narcissist, or are you actually looking to work on yourself? Is the question. Yeah, I mean, I was actually just um, listening to a conversation about spiritual egos. Like when you sort of get the idea of what it means to be spiritual, you can start. You get all people get into all kinds of cul-de-sacs with that. I've walked through a few of them myself.
Yeah.
What does it mean to be spiritual? And you sort of, again, there's a performative aspect to it, which eventually, I guess, you get tired of it.
Isn't that why they made what's that movie, The Guru? I think it was Austin Powers.
I didn't see that, no.
I think he I don't know if he if that was that if he was in that movie. But anyway, yeah, so basically where when we say somebody's a guru, what does that mean? And then how do they carry it off? And it's like if somebody is like there's different levels of guru, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, so many things from the East have been westernized, haven't they? You got yoga that is okay. This is not too critical. Is this being critical? No, I think it's a statement of fact. You get things that come from like yoga comes from the East, and then there's types of yoga that are westernized where it's kind of about it's just about physical like physical fitness or even physical attractiveness. And then then that word guru has been taken and has been applied to places where it doesn't really belong, like a business guru, or a cooking guru. I don't know if there's a cooking guru, but guru's got a very, very, very specific. It's a very specific thing.
Yeah,
It
the
doesn't mean,
order of swamis.
yeah, it doesn't mean expert. Because we've
No,
taken it and we've started calling it. It's like, oh, you're an expert, but it's not actually what guru is. Guru is something else completely.
yeah,
Do you think that'll be interesting to discuss? What is that, guru? I mean, you know a lot about this stuff. What actually is guru?
a guru is somebody who has taken karma and they can negate karma in students. So they have the ability, spiritual ability, to reduce the amount of karmic impact on other people.
Ooh, wow,
That's part of it.
it's me. I'm the problem. It's me. The royal we. I've dealt with a lot of spiritual egos. Um, do you know? Well, for somebody hearing that for the first time, that might need a bit of context. Um, guess what are we talking about when we talk about karma, and how could somebody else sort of take that on for you?
Karma is the push and pull of the elements and the conditions of life that are present on us. And so um, it's sort of like cause and effect. And so a guru has the ability to reduce the cause and effect of things on us. So let's say if we were driving in a car and we would be, let's say part of our karma is we're speeding and we're gonna run into a cow. Well, the guru can change it so that maybe we're not speeding somehow, or that the cow is just beside us. The cow has moved over a little bit so we don't run into the cow, but we have the experience of near hitting it, so we slow down.
Hmm. So oh, okay. So this is this the I mean the guru relationship means that I mean to have that kind of influence on somebody else's reality, and that's going to be quite hard for a West, and that was hard for me when I first encountered this, and it actually still is difficult for me to get my head around that.
Yeah,
The idea that you could have somebody who is so powerful, you know, so spiritually advanced, if that's even the right word, but has got the ability to change around the kind of the physical world in order to help you sort of navigate it.
yeah.
So it's
That's
like,
where Jesus is a guru, for example. Jesus does that, works wonders with that as well, and more.
yeah, yeah. I guess there's probably lots and lots and lots of people who would agree with that.
Yeah,
Okay, saying, what if you knew something bad was going to happen and stopped it before it occurred?
yeah. That's taking control of our own karma. And and gurus, they can control karma to a certain degree. But if we knew something bad was going to happen and stopped it before it occurred, that's um, well, I mean, like premonition. We can have premonitions, and We can stop things before they happen, like dream premonitions.
So that's
I don't know.
like listening to your intuition, maybe.
Yeah. Have you ever had a dream that warned you about something?
I don't think I have, you know. No,
Okay.
can't
I've
put
had
it.
a dream. I've had many dreams that have had warned me.
Ooh. D- are there any ones you can tell us about?
Um, yeah, there was one where in my dream I was in this house and there was something evil in it, and um in my dream the evil thing was like disturbing, like really disturbed me. And so in real life I went to a house and I was going to stay there, and I ended up not staying there because it felt like the house in my dream.
Mm, okay.
And so it turned out that there was a murder in that house.
But there had been one.
There had been one, yeah.
Mm, okay.
Yeah. And so why I picked up that, I don't know. The mind is an interesting thing.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot more going on than our kind of mainstream culture or the kind of culture that we're born into
Yeah.
um, talks about or allows for. I think we can say that for certain. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Like sometimes it's the point when we might be asleep and then we wake up out of a dream and say something.
Mm,
Like for example, a dream might have an announcement in it, strong announcement like take magnesium, right? Like, okay,
mm,
take magnesium, and that's it. And it's like so clear. Or it might be like take iron,
mm.
or time to lose something. Yeah, it's amazing. Dreams can really inform us.
Yeah. Well, you've got the dream yoga course that you're doing, haven't you?
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. God, that must be so you've done lots of practice and research over the. Well, I mean, what can I guess it ties into visualization in a way, doesn't it? I mean, I guess there's quite a lot of visualization in the dream yoga practice.
yeah, there is. Yeah, for like even just relaxing, unwinding parts of your body, um, in the relaxation phase.
Mm,
Um, yeah, visualization is a big part of it.
mm,
Not essential though.
mm.
Yeah,
Yeah. What Jeremy's, what is Jeremy doing? What Jeremy is doing is for traveling.
yeah, traveling in your dreams.
Oh, I see. Well,
Yeah,
going to uh
dream worlds.
different dream worlds. Okay.
Yeah,
And then would a dream world be something that you can like more than one sort of person could turn up in at the same time? Can you sort of meet up in your dreams and travel
yes, you can.
with other people? Yeah.
Yes, you can meet up with people
Oh God.
in dreams. Yeah,
Yeah. That
yeah,
sounds like that sounds like fun.
it is fun. Yeah,
Hmm. Is that in the course? And I keep talking
yeah,
about the course, but I think people might want to learn how to do that.
yeah. Well, I mean, some people do anyways, whether they realize it or not. Like people like two sisters that are quite close. They often dream together.
Hmm.
Um, there's a lot of instances where good friends will have a dream and they'll share a dream, even if they're not in the same house.
Kaysen, have you ever had a dream that felt like a whole lifetime? That's a dream world. I can't say I have. I can't say I have. I think the only, I remember when I was keeping a dream diary, then the dreams became incredibly vivid when I was doing that, to the point where I can still remember some of them now, the detail of them. So maybe
Yeah,
that was a dream world, but for some reason I'd chosen my dream world to involve me driving jeeps around a jungle,
yeah. That
which I,
sounds like fun.
well, kind of, I wouldn't do that now. I'd walk through the jungle. I wouldn't be driving a jeep.
Yeah,
So actually, wow, do you mean, oh my God, we can be ecologically unsound even in our dreams? So it's all to do with
yeah,
our state of consciousness, right?
yeah.
Hmm.
And there's no actual pollution then.
Hmm. Yeah. Me and Rick tried to do that tandem dreaming. Ah, it didn't work.
Yeah,
Yeah, I tend to be so tuckered out by the end of the day. Once I get into bed, I fall asleep. I mean, I do have dreams, but I haven't kept a dream diary for ages. And I think the process of writing your dreams down does make them more vivid. Is that kind of part of the? Does that fit?
yeah. It helps with dream recall.
Mm.
Yeah.
Why can't we remember them when we wake up? Do you have any ideas around that?
Sometimes it's like consciousness, because we're in a different state of consciousness. And so when we're moving from the deep state into the beta state where we are now, there's different levels of memory. And so when we're doing dream yoga, we are building a bridge of conscious awareness from here to those deeper mental states. And it takes some time to build the bridge, the neural connections, the neurons.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, okay, okay, you're saying you don't remember. Yeah, no, no, I do remember my dreams. I guess I'm not paying enough attention to them. I mean, I've been having the feeling increasingly that for years and years and years that I'm kind of dreaming with my eyes open in a way. Um, for instance, like I was in a job for 20 years in the same place, and I knew because it had been like this before. It's like when you leave the job and you're not going there anymore, it doesn't take very long for you to feel like you dreamt it, like it was never real in the first place. Do you ever get that?
Yeah.
Like with your waking life?
Yeah.
So it would make sense to kind of use as much of our willpower as we could, really, probably to be thinking about this being a nice dream that we're in now, like
Yeah.
a happier dream, which has got a lot to do with the way that we think about things, I guess, and the way we feel about things on a deeper level.
Yeah.
Case, I have had regression therapy through used hypnotherapy. I've gone back to early childhood events, and Jeremy did some stuff with me. Do you remember when you were doing the Ericksonian training?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and I have I've done some stuff, I've had some fairly powerful experiences with that stuff. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. We went back to a time when you were a merchant.
I was a merchant, wasn't I? I think, in Iran, Persia as it is now.
Yeah.
Well, sorry, Persia as it was, Iran as it is now. Yeah. No, I remembered. You know, I remembered seeing myself in a mirror, and I remembered seeing my wife and children, and I remembered that I'd sort of, I think I was the eldest son, and I'd taken over the family business, which was import and export, and I was responsible for just overseeing how goods in and goods out, and hiring people and stuff like that, which was
Yeah.
weird. It was really strange to kind of it wasn't like I sort of remembered it and went, oh, I remember that. It was just this kind of story that sort of presented itself.
Yeah.
Uh, it was like an intuition more than like, oh, this is for sure.
Yeah.
But it was, yeah, they're very really interesting experiences, and that was through that was through hypnosis, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah. So regression therapy is great for remembering dreams as well as to remember being in dream states.
Yeah. Well, we can wake up in our dreams if we want to. And sometimes it's good to do it, and sometimes it's good just to relax
Mm.
and just do whatever's natural as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
If we push it all the time, then it's not also not healthy.
Yeah. I used to share a place with a guy who was really, really into uh, lucid dreaming.
Yeah.
I think I might have mentioned it before, but he got to the point where he wasn't 100% sure whether he was awake or whether he was dreaming.
Oh, yeah.
So he stopped because he found that really, really strange and very, very challenging, which I can imagine it would be.
Like in his normal life.
Yeah, he'd be like, I literally don't know if I'm awake or I'm whether this is a dream or this is like I'm awake in my kind of normal kind of everyday life.
Yeah.
I can't wait till Mike tells us about his time in the Pleiades, which I don't know. I'm not going to be able to do. Well, I don't remember any of that. Okay, I don't. I don't have any knowledge of that whatsoever. I know. I mean, I do know a little bit. I mean, I know basically. I know that the Pleiades is a star system, and that's about it. But if you guys know something about my time in the Pleiades, I'd love to hear about it.
Well, Pleiadians are beings that come from there. Um, but they don't necessarily originate from there either. They could have lived in the Pleiades for a time, just like Orion's belt. Some people live in Orion's belt. There's all kinds of star systems out there where other beings live in consciousnesses, and there's a connection with Earth, um, and the Pleiades. And so, quite a few people they actually channel people. They might channel spirits from Pleiades, so they've formed a telepathic link with the being from the Pleiades,
Okay.
and they channel their wisdom, communicating back and forth.
Those beings must be very different from sort of carbon based because that you're living on a star. It's like
Yeah.
yeah. So that's kind of like I can't quite get my can you help me visualize that? It's just it's not like the kind of dimension that we're in where things are like carbon based, flesh and blood and bones and green stuff. It must be a very different kind of setup.
Yeah, there's a lot of light, stars, um, and different colors.
Higher life forms, electrical based, Kay saying.
Yeah.
And she said that Palladians look like me, with or without the glasses. I could do without the glasses myself, but
Probably without the glasses.
Yeah.
I don't think they have glasses in Pleiades.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hold on a minute. So, I mean, honestly, I really have no idea about this stuff. Um, that's do they look? Have they got anything to do with elves then? On the because like I was really got into Lord of the Rings recently, and I mean, I kind of without the glasses, obviously, ta-da, I pretty much look like an elf according to Lord of the Rings. So, is there a connection?
probably.
No, maybe.
Yeah.
You look like a Pleiadian. Yes, there is. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. It's really interesting because I guess there's got to be. We can't be the only sort of this can't be the only planet that exists in everything that exists, which is beyond our conception. I mean, there's no
Yeah.
way anybody is that like there's literally no way anybody can say, "Oh, there's only life on Earth," because we know nothing we hardly know anything about our own planet. Never mind the cosmos, everything that
Yeah.
exists, everything that ever has existed, and everything that ever will exist. It's it's just I think it's unscientific. I mean, it would be unscientific to say I definitely know that there are other life forms, but it's equally unscientific to say there's definitely not.
That's true.
So the only
Well,
thing
because life forms depends on what view of life form is, right? If you like a physical carbon-based life form, well, maybe we're the only carbon. There's a good chance we're the only carbon forms out there. But when it comes to consciousness, then you know, how many beings don't have a body that are out there?
hmm,
And that's where science is, you know, working on it, on understanding what's there when there's no body.
it's quite hard for us to. I mean, kind of a for the general, a person who's had a general education, that stuff doesn't in something that if you can't see it, you can't measure it. It basically, according to our sciences, I guess it just doesn't exist if it can't be measured or observed.
Yeah.
But we're saying
The-
there are things that cannot be measured and observed just because just because we don't have the instruments for it doesn't mean to say that they don't exist, right?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Because we obviously observe it. Otherwise, we wouldn't have mentioned ghosts. Like ghosts wouldn't be they wouldn't be something because we so we they exist,
Hmm.
and because so many people have had experiences with them, and so we've seen them, and so have we had anything that can record it. Now there are ways of recording ghosts through subtle electric things, like for example, there's radio frequencies that have been um, triggered at certain times. So people have actually heard voices and seen images, like on the TV screen when
Hmm.
it's whited out. Um, that's another time that we can see images of ghosts through a scientific instrument.
It's quite a popular thing, ghosts, isn't it? I think there's a few series over on the British TV about ghost hunters and things like that.
Yeah, yeah. I love Lucy. She heard the radio on her cavities because of the amalgam. Yeah, because of the metal in her teeth. She heard the radio because radio signals they came in through her molars. Yeah,
Ah,
that's true.
yeah, be strange, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Especially if you didn't like the channel, you couldn't change it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so good. We've gone all around the houses today, haven't we? Um,
Yeah.
Palladians, visualization, dream, traveling in dreams, shared dreams,
Yeah.
past lives. I guess it's quite nice just to open up a conversation that's kind of more than your kind of mainstream sort of kind of thing. It's kind of nice.
Yeah. Yeah, it is nice.
I wonder if people would quite like maybe some kind of a meditation or something like that. Do you fancy
Yeah, should we do one?
or yeah, or because we're talking about visualization, maybe there's a visualization that could be a nice, like a guided visualization for, say, somebody like myself. Maybe what if I wanted to remember my dreams a bit more and kind of have a more kind of a, a bit more of a conscious relationship with my dream state. Is there anything, is there like a practice or a meditation you could teach us now?
Yeah, there is. There's
Send
quite a
him.
few.
Oh, what does that mean? Send him up, Jay. What does that mean?
Well, we can do there's one that's called the microcosmic orbit.
Hmm.
Do you know what the microcosmic orbit is?
No, never heard of it. No.
It's this circle that of energy that goes around our body.
Hmm.
It goes up our spine and down our front.
Hmm.
Up our spine and down our front.
Okay.
So that's the microcosmic orbit. And so one way of connecting with that is through the breath. One way is through visualization, and one way is through sound, which we won't do the sound part of it. But if you want to, maybe get yourself comfortable.
Okay.
Let's start the meditation. Okay, and so make yourself comfortable by moving your shoulders and your head, your neck, your middle back, your lower back, wiggling it, getting it in alignment, your bum, your legs, your feet, even squeezing your toes and letting them go, squeezing your toes and letting them go. And breathe in, squeeze your toes, and breathe out, let them go. Just take a moment to center, noticing your breath, noticing your center. And when you're ready, where your perineum is, so the very bottom, the point where the opening of the vagina and the anus, or for guys, it's the testicles and the anus. There's that space right between there. That's the perineum. And so while we're there, just focus on there being a red light flashing on and off in all directions. A red light flashing. And when we breathe into the red light, and have it as a constant bright red. So when you're ready, breathe into the light and charging the light with your breath. Good. And then we move up to the second chakra, the second area, which is below the belly button and inside the center of the body. And there we imagine an orange light flashing, glowing in all directions. And when we're ready, breathe into the orange light and have it glow constantly in all directions. Bright orange light. And then when we're ready, we go up to the solar plexus. And there is a yellow light. It's bright yellow. And have that light flashing on and off in all directions. In all directions. A yellow light flashing. And when you're ready, breathe into the light and have it shine constantly yellow in all directions. Good. And now we go up to the heart. And here it's going to be green, brilliant emerald green light flashing on and off, flashing in all directions. Green light at the heart. And when you're ready, breathe into it and have it shine in all directions constantly. Green of the heart. And when you're ready, go up to the throat. In the throat, this is a blue, glowing blue. Have it flashing on and off in all directions. A blue. Could be sky blue or royal blue. It's up to you. As long as it's bright and flashing in all directions. And then when you're ready, breathe into the throat and shine the light constantly. Blue light in all directions, shining constantly. And then we go up to the third eye, point between the eyebrows. And there, more in the center of the head, we can imagine a purple light flashing on and off. Purple flashing on and off the third eye in all directions. And when you're ready, breathe into the third eye. Breathe into the third eye and have the light shine constantly. Have it shine constantly in all directions. A bright purple light. And now we go up even further to the crown. The crown can be gold light, silver white, or rainbow, your choice. But have that light flashing in all directions, like a disco ball. Giant flashing light, your crown chakra, on and off in all directions. And then when you're ready, take a big breath and breathe into the crown. Have it shine constantly. Shining bright day and night. The crown everywhere. Shine so bright. And it's here that we can also remember our dreams. It's in our crown that we connect to the cosmos. It's in our crown that we connect to the infinite. Breathe into the crown, shining light in all directions. Finding your center. And for those of you that need to go to sleep, feel free to go and drift off to sleep. For those of you who need to come back to the room, gently come back to the room. Come back to your center and maybe wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, wiggle your nose, and gently come back to the room. And so that's a visualization exercise
Mm.
that takes us from the bottom all the way to the top.
Mm. Nice, nice. Have you got a recording of that you could share with people?
Not yet.
No.
No.
I'm sure people would love to have something like that.
Yeah, I think so.
Mm. I don't know. I mean, could we do maybe for a series of Sundays, could we do like a series of dream yoga lessons live?
Yeah, we could. Yeah,
Should we do that?
sure.
Because that could be interesting. Just maybe like something to get started. I don't know. How many sessions do you think would be useful for someone to get into the hang of it and sort of just to discuss it and kind of get going?
I think one or two.
Yeah. So because we could start with a couple, couldn't we? And then just kind of that would at least give people like me who don't know really very much about it a chance to kind of get to know more about it and maybe start doing it.
Yeah, that's true.
I bet Mason would like that as well because
Yeah, to be awake in your dreams first takes a desire to be awake in your dreams.
yeah, because I just want to go to sleep when I get to bed. I've
Yeah,
got no, I don't, I don't. I mean, it could be another one of those things because I had very little interest in the green, anything green or the living world, like
yeah,
forests and trees and nature and streams. For the longest time, I just wasn't bothered. Not really. I liked them. I thought it was nice, but I didn't see it as important. And
yeah,
I have a very similar, and I'm realizing that maybe I've got a similar kind of relationship with my dream world because I'm just kind of like, after a day, I find a day on. I like to meditate during the day,
yeah,
and then most of my days are so full of different activities. When I get into bed, I'm just glad for my body to sleep.
yeah.
Mm.
Well, that's probably what you need, right?
Mm.
You probably need that rest,
Mm.
having a time out, really.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Kay saying she wants to see the Jeremy hypno tapes first.
Those
Yeah.
will come eventually, yeah.
Mm. Okay. Cool. Well, we've that was an hour, believe it or not, that's passed. So just thanks, Jeremy. That was awesome. And
Thanks, Mike.
thanks for joining us, Kay. That was really nice.
Yeah,
And to you at home, hello, goodbye. And we're here every Sunday from 6 o'clock. Um, and next week, if you can make if you're here, Jeremy, should we think about maybe just an introduction to dream yoga next week?
sure. Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, that could be great.
Yeah, unless something comes up.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So, um, awesome. I will look forward to that. So, let's click off. Um, yeah, onwards and upwards. Okay, cool. Um, so let me just stop the live stream.
Bye,
So
everybody.
that's
Bye.
goodbye. Goodbye to